Welcome back, everybody. It's time for Chapter 8. The wooden planks that served as a door to Statia's house slammed to the floor. Soldiers poured in, weapons ready, their brilliant halogen flashlights illuminating each room in turn as they tore apart the humble furnishings. Outside, neighbors had already been pulled from their homes or were being brutally interrogated by Payne and his men as Alpha and Dante looked on. Ought to line up all you little douchebagettes in front of a wall and form a firing squad. Now where is she? Screamed Payne as he marched up and down the line of distraught civilians. The terrified villagers huddled together in the road, whimpering and cowering before the huge American. Further out in the jungle, a pair of soldiers began pulling leaves and branches off of Stasia's concealed truck. One waved back to the troop truck, and the driver spoke into the squad radio. An ex-CIA operator leaned in and whispered to Alpha. Now we're getting somewhere. Nick shoveled his wasabi ginger potato chips into his mouth, pausing to stick the fingers of the chip hand under his armpit and wipe them along his chest to smear off some of the grease. That's so gross. He tapped his fourth mouse button to throw a smoke grenade. His team was rushing B while he anchored the center. His rank of Master Guardian Elite meant, as usual, he was carrying this team. Even against a bunch of filthy casuals, they would still struggle without his help. 10 soldiers in red berets had a farmer down the road, beaten and struggling to breathe. The farmer's wife begged for mercy while Payne held her up by the throat. Dante stood nearby, wanting to impose his will. Where's the girl, Stasia? Where? I will find her! Screamed Payne as he pressed his pistol against the woman's head. I'm trying to keep my power level in check, but I'm gonna ask you again, and if you don't answer me, you die. The farmer frantically made a wheezing noise and pointed up the road. She's up there! Payne dropped the woman and nodded to one of the waiting soldiers, who heaved a Molotov into the farmhouse. Dante twisted his riding crop in his hands, bristling in pain and ordering his troops around. Each kill had honed Nick's marksmanship skills, his reaction time second to none. The mods he installed were just to add some much-needed realism to the simulation. He didn't need any extra edge. He was a born killer. Kubakiri. I don't know what that means. He fired off another single round from his AWP to kill an enemy player hiding behind a door, muttering, "Pussy," as his opponent unleashed a torrent of profanities into the chat. An army truck rumbled through the gate of the presidential palace. Alpha, Payne, and his men stood waiting. The truck ground to a halt, the rear opened, and a terrified Stasia was tossed out. Payne grabbed her by the hair. Alpha stepped forward as General Dante watched from his balcony, his hatred for Alpha mounting. Alpha's words were calm and measured. Stasia means resurrection. Stasia, a version of Anastasia, Greek from the word anastasis. Bingo. Here you are. Synergy. If you're not following that, and you're probably not, follow this. Just then a bottle of whiskey smashed to the ground near Payne. Stunned, they glanced up at Dante, who glared back at them, and his daughter. You should have left, the general bellowed down at them. I was gonna say, I've never believed in hitting women. True. Heavy Christian upbringing. Hitting men, of course, Alpha continued. But, he gestures to Payne. This man doesn't have that moral dilemma. So now here's the question. Why were the two Americans here? Stasia cried out in Spanish. Have my father kill me, she angrily twisted free. If you want me gone, then do it. You kill me. You kill who you want to, why not me? General Dante just looked down on her with dead eyes and backed from view. Without warning, Payne hauled off and slapped Stasia across the face. Her knees buckled. In a heartbeat, she had sprung off the ground and attacked him, digging her nails into his unprotected face. Payne heaved her to the ground and dragged her off by the hair, into Dante's palace. Doors slammed shut behind them. just saw what the next line is. The layers of semen on Nick's waifu body pillow had long ago coated her in a hard yellow crust that cracked faintly as he positioned her on his lap. Even if the cotton behind her printed face had turned a brownish orange with grease from his touch, she still had the same inviting wink and smile. He reached to gently stroke her hair, imagining Stachi's ebony locks brushing against his fingers. He alt-tabbed to the folder with her pictures in it and started to arrow his way through them, grinding his erection through tiny whiteys into his waifu. Ew! Until he accidentally opened the photos of Dante, Alpha, and the rest of the CIA goons, and Valena. He ran his tongue over his cracked lips, then pushed his pillow back into his bed and opened Discord now. Are you awake, Senpai? He watched the little dots blinking in succession, indicating that Senpai was typing. Hey, came the reply. Nick's fingers danced across the keyboard at dizzying speed. You still got that woman around? No, another one bites the dust. What a bitch. You're really nice to her. It is what it is. What's up? Steepling his fingers, Nick thought hard about what was eating at the dark matter of his own brain. What kept him from just eating another plate of chicken tendies, dry humping, and falling asleep on top of his waifu again? There was a woman on that island. Islands tend to have women, came Senpai's reply, sarcastic as always. She showed us around. She was the target's daughter. We had a connection, but she couldn't leave. It's tough shit, man. She was just so perfect to me. I could tell she'd be a perfect waifu for me. I could treat her right. She stands for something. We don't stand for shit. Used to, but zero fucks given now. The world has fucked us. The ellipses were blinking again. Clearly Senpai had something important to say. Remember that op I told you about back in Bosnia? When I had to take down those Serb bad boys? When it was all done, my head was in a dark place. Seriously dark. Like Joker dark. So I get this bottle of local firewater, and I'm feeling no pain when I walk along this bridge. I see this girl standing there. Could have been more than 17, and it's clear she wants me. Yeah. Like, look at this prime example of grade A American alpha male. Thirsty for me. The fuck am I reading? Like if I wanted to take her right now, she'd be on her knees nibbling my meat Twinkie. Before you could say Slobodan Milosevic. The fuck? Holy shit. And I just looked at her and I thought, I don't have to settle. She's probably been with 30 guys already. And I just kept walking. I wasn't going to compromise for an old worn out thought no matter what. You got to decide if this girl's worth going back for. Or you're going to wait to find real waifu material. 14 or 15 years old. Ugh, ready to stay at home and do her wifely duty for her man. You know, the fact that I gave him that accent is starting to pay off more and more, apparently. Nick scratched his chin thoughtfully. His thumb came back wet, having popped one of the inflamed pimples that formed around an ingrown hair. Ew. He wiped the dot of pus on his t-shirt and set to typing. I'm going back. He sent out in the general Expendabeards chat. Who's in? Who's out? He was greeted with a flurry of responses. The fuck, are you crazy? Ears perk up. I hold my fur doesn't get all frizzy in the tropical heat. Immediately licks hands and starts glooming mane. If you all die, I get your shares. I'm in. What's the plan? Nick grinned and glanced to the RVB poster above his computer. Go ahead, kill everybody, rescue Milady. Copious amounts of thank you sex. That's the plan. What the fuck? Okay, that's it for this chapter though. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and if you are, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to send in your own story, you can do that by sending it to r/Moonhorse Stories. I check it every day, so I will see it. And if you'd like to keep the lights on in here, consider donating to Patreon or buying something from the merch store. You can do both if you're really cool. It's up to you. Every Saturday there's a live stream, and I look forward to seeing you all there. I love you all so very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!